Good morning, my friends. It's Tuesday morning. It's one of those days where I'm trying to pull myself together a little bit and semi-rest. And it's been, every day is something. I did not have a great day yesterday. For some reason or other, it was one of those downer days. I couldn't pull myself out of my thoughts. You know, those thoughts that run. Well, the caseworker called several times during the day asking questions about the cottage again, and questions about Moosie, what he can do, what he can't do by himself, and so forth and so on. And I got to thinking that, I might have to move a couple of pieces of furniture in the house, especially in the bedroom. And where am I going to put it? This is particularly my Art Deco dressing table that's kind of in the way. If Moosie would have to take the rollator all the way from the edge of the bed, being a tiny cottage, into the bathroom. It doesn't fit in the bathroom, but at least it would get him to the door with my help. And I'm going to have to clear some spaces, perhaps out in the shed, until Moosie becomes more mobile. However, I just tried yesterday to do things around the house. I put a duvet cover in there the day before yesterday, and it went, when the machine gets too much on one side or something and you have something heavy in there, it rocks. And you hear the rocking, and then eventually something happens. Well, I went out a couple hours later, and it still said it had 20 minutes to go, which was unbelievable. And I couldn't get it opened. The thing was locked. I have one of those newfangled ones, water saver, and I don't like it at all. I didn't get it. I think it was passed down by Margie. And I've been using this for about a year or two. Not wild about it. I love the old-fashioned ones where you fill up with water and they agitate and get all the dirt out of the clothes. And anyway, enough about that. But I had to reach way up and pull the plug out because the machine was getting hot and I thought it was going to blow up or whatever. So Micah is going to look at that. Meanwhile, the lid won't lift. It's locked and I can't get the duvet out. So that started the day off. A few other little things. Thinking about so much of the future. And I know the girls said, my daughters have told me, Mom, don't get ahead of yourself. It's just not worth it. I see I have not blended my shine. Don't get ahead of yourself. You can't worry about things. It's the bills. Moosie is the bill payer, and I was trying to ask him yesterday what's paid. He seems to be on top of things. Mikey always takes that over if Moosie is, in the past when he had to be in a skilled nursing or something, Mikey always would do that. Each child has their own job. I guess they've had conferences about what would happen if. So I finally went to see him in the late afternoon, mainly because I needed the day to do things around here, and also because I thought it would be a good time to see him. Since he has PT pretty much throughout the day, I didn't want to interrupt that. I wanted him to go forward with it. And he did. And when I got there about 4, he said, I wish you had been here at my early afternoon PT. Stephanie had me walking in the PT room. Well, I would love to see that because I couldn't believe it had progressed to that part. So today I want to be there for the late afternoon PT. And he's going to call me right before that starts to give me enough time to get to the hospital. But in the meantime, I have to go to the store. I haven't been to the store in 10 days. I certainly have enough food around here to last me because I'm one of those salads and my crazy eating. In fact, I have a few things to show you. And I'm trying to get my life together at home here this morning by resting and doing just a few little things. And this is my breakfast this morning. I have made some deviled eggs, and I have my raw broccoli to dip in my dill sauce, and I have some cucumber slices also to dip in. So this is my unconventional breakfast, and I have my coffee and my water, and I'm going to sit down and enjoy it. And then by the late day, for some reason or other, when I was walking there, I am still using the walker. After I parked in the parking lot, it was extremely hot again, and I found my legs felt weak. And I thought, well, this shouldn't be, because I've been exercising them all week long. For 8 days in a row, I've been walking really quite a bit in and out of the hospital, way from the parking lot. And by the way, the valet at this point is only for emergency people, so I can't do that. Hello. Shamu's down here. Now, Shamu has been missing us and doesn't want to go out in the heat. Can you believe it? This is a cat that was outside for 12 years and now pokes her head out the door, looks around, looks up at me, turns around and comes back in. So let me get this on. Kind of looking in my mirror here. I know a lot of you have bought this REVLON iced amethyst. Oh, see Shamu. She has jumped up in the back of my chair. Hello. You want to say hi? Oh, no. Oh, well. No. Come on. Hop down. Okay. She's gone over to the side of the window to peek out. Ooh, that was close. I just want to show you the color of iced amethyst when you first put it on. And I've told every one of you that has asked about it that it is dark when you put it on, but I always put my L'Oreal highlighter on. It's called Slay Rose, this shade. And when I put it on, it gives it that glow. And that's what makes it what it looks like on me. So every day I try and choose something that's cool. It's a non-fashion week, that's for sure. It's a practical week, and I'm trying to figure out ways to, number one, keep my phone on my person at all times. You know, in the old days when they had those little flip phones, in fact, the kids used to laugh at me at the time, but I used to wear it around my neck on a chain, and there was a place where you could hook the phone. And because whenever my phone rang, if I wasn't, Moosie wasn't near me or whatever, they would all say, Mom, I was always fishing in my purse for the phone. So everyone said, no, this is a way to do it. Well, you can't do that with the new phones. They're too big, too heavy, and you have to figure out a way. I don't have pockets always big enough. So I went through all my purses, and I came up with one of my older purses, a Coach small purse. It's probably about 8 inches, and it has a little thing here where I can keep my parking tickets. I need something where I have something at hand at all times, because when you go in and out of the hospital now, you have to get a ticket and you have to pay every single day to park. And that's no fun. So I keep my credit card and my parking ticket in here, and this is big enough to just put my phone in and any Kleenex or whatever. And it's a crossover bag, so I can keep it on me at all times when I go out to the shed or something to do the wash, or out to the garden. In the hospital, if I'm down the hall or whatever, I at least have my phone somewhere where I can reach it right away. So this morning, I am up early and dressed, and I am out of ice. Now, ice is very important when you're trying to drink water, right, ladies? And I'm trying very valiantly. I ordered my Moosie, one of these steel things with a handle, excuse me, with one of those little pop-up things that you sip out of. And meanwhile, Margie had ordered one for him. She brought it to the hospital. So he has his in the hospital. It's working fine. And when mine came, I can't get the darn thing when I try and sip that little pop-up thing to sip out of. I can't get anything in there. And even when I put it way up this way, it doesn't work. So I have to find directions. I don't think there were any. I threw the box out. But someone has to tell me how I can get that little pop-up straw. Well, it's not a straw. It's built into the top to work. So there is a hole on the other side that I can at least stick a straw in. But the straw disappears down the bottom when it's filled up. Or not when it's filled up, when it's halfway out. So anyway, let me just fill in my eyebrows. My last thing to do. This little jumbo stick has been good to just lightly fill in my eyebrows, my tail here, and also this side. As you know, with age, at least I have been losing the middle parts of my eyebrows. Fortunately, I still have enough left everywhere else because I do like a thicker look. So this little jumbo stick works fine. There is not a lot in there. That's it. That's all you get. So don't use it up. So I'm going to go to the grocery market, and then I have to get out and water something in the garden. I know Brendan is out there helping me in the daytime. Moosie wants our bulbs pulled up and saved for the fall, and I think I'll have Brendan do that. And the kids are still keeping up with the house. Today, little Shannon goes to college. And also my darling Lauren, who's the same age, Matthew's oldest gal, and she's off to college. So it's a big day. It's going to be a hard day for the moms and the dads. I know Colleen was not anticipating this. And I promised, by the way, to take some pictures of her chicken coop, remember? And also I never showed you the rocks, by the way, that are out in her grape arbor that the kids have painted with Micah and Colleen on their summer RV trips way up north to the Redwoods. They spend about 10 days up there in their favorite place, and they paint rocks and swim in the river and have a wonderful time. So back to Moosie for a minute. You know, he has been complaining about a shoulder, and not too awfully bad, but yesterday he said after his PT, his shoulder did hurt quite badly, and they had been bringing him one of these heating big things that you put across your chest also for the shoulders. But I thought he said the pain was worse in his shoulder than it was in his neck yesterday. Now he's still getting meds, but I think they're trying to reduce it somewhat. I hope so, because when I talk to him, he's still not Moosie and keeps dozing off. And I hope that they say after a week, the healing really does begin. I hope that happens. But anyway, I talked to the nurse about it, and they ordered an x-ray. So we'll see what that shoulder, when he fell, that was the side that he fell on, because that's where he's all banged up on his arm and everything too. So hopefully we'll get that straightened out too. Today, I am determined not to let myself get into that funk that I was in yesterday. You know, you don't know when those things are going to get you. I thought, well, if I turn the TV on, which normally I never have on because I can't stand watching news, or I'm not into those silly sitcoms anymore. Things I used to love, I just don't like anymore. I don't know why. And reading is something I just can't concentrate on right now. And I was determined I was not going to get there as I was yesterday. Oh, and I figured out that with my diet the past week, just having cottage cheese and berries in the morning, and then perhaps some protein at night with some chicken or something, was not enough carbs. You know, when Moosie's here, we do have our pasta. Now, I have found a pasta, edamame pasta, which is very good. And I have a few of these bean pastas. You know, they're made with black beans or garbanzo beans or something, but they don't have the carbs in them that regular wheat pasta too. It's still pasta, but I thought, you know, we do have that a little more than when I'm alone. I can survive on my salads and all my eggs and whatever. But oh, my herring, as you know, my funny eating, and my veggies, raw veggies too. I don't have to cook when it's just me. I prefer raw foods, believe it or not. So when I got into the lobby yesterday, I had to sit down because my legs were not going to make it all the way to the rehab center. And I rested for a while and I tried to think. Margie had given me a bag of some nuts and pretzels and things to eat, and reminding me that I am a diabetic. And I thought, well, gee, my sugar is probably low because when I'm alone like this, I'm not tempted by all the things Moosie eats and loves. And I don't get hungry for sweets and things. And I thought, I bet my blood sugar's a little low. And also, I probably need some more carbs. So last night I did have a sandwich. And also I did have some pretzels and not sweet so much. But so that's about me. Today's a little bit about me and makeup. I'm still using that Elf Soft Glam, which is such a great summer makeup. I might not even go back to it when winter comes. And I hope you've all tried it. It's not expensive, by the way, and I think everybody's getting it. So I'm going to leave now. I'm going to go to the grocery store, get my ice and a few veggies and berries and things I have to replenish. That's about it. I do have my new freezer. I have plenty of foods in the way of meats and things, so I'll be eating carefully. And I'm very excited to see what Moosie's talking about with his progress with PT. He reminded me he is still committed, and that worried me too, because I thought, you know, if he had pain or he wasn't waking enough, would he not do the PT? But he knows he has to do it or you're out. You know, it's like Medicare. I remember when he was in a skilled nursing place after he broke his hip. This was about 5 or 6 years ago. And he couldn't put any weight on that side of his body for 12 weeks. That was the doctor's order. Well, what could he do on one leg when they would try and bring him into the PT? He couldn't do much at all. And evidently Medicare in these places, if you don't comply with the rehab rules, and there's not too many rules in the skilled nursing, not like this intensive care, then they won't pay anymore. So you have to keep going no matter what. I'll leave now, and I'll come back later to you. Once again, my friends, you are outdoing yourselves with your beautiful prayers and all your well wishes. And you know that I am so grateful. And by the way, Moosie is enjoying them too. He calls you his fans. So I'm sure he'll be very anxious one of these days to talk to you. And I hope that comes soon. Maybe it'll be after he gets home, God willing. And you know my Moosie, he loves his camo time. Is that what we called it? Cameo, yeah. He calls it his cameo time, that I give him just a little cameo on the YouTube. But he'll want to probably thank you in person. So catch you later, my friends. Well, it's supper time, and I just got home from a brief visit with Moosie. I didn't stay for a long time today because I wanted to go while he was doing his PT. He was so proud of himself yesterday that he was walking and doing leg exercises with weights on his ankles. So I went today and I watched him on a machine for 10 minutes doing that arm and leg thing. Then I watched him walk. I took a picture, a little video of him walking, but he didn't like it. He said, please don't post that picture. So I'll try again tomorrow. I just made a spinach and cheese tortellini cold pasta with some veggies in there and olives and cheese and celery, onions, little slices of pepperoni, and I figure it was time for my pasta. I haven't had pasta in a while. And for some reason or other, my spirits were up today. I went out this morning after I talked with you, and I did get some ice and some supplies just for me. I thought I'd only spend about $20, and I spent $80, and that's just for me. My normal little, a few veggies and things, nothing big. I did get a big thing of water. I can't think what else, but wow. I thought, how did I manage to spend that much? Usually before, when Moosie is not here, I spend $15, $20 a week on me, and that's enough. They say food has gone up 27%. Amazing. Since COVID. Well, I am going to pop in my bed and rest. Moosie is having quite a bit of pain in his shoulder. Honestly, it's a tough thing. I met the pain nurse. She's the PA to the pain doctor. So many different doctors. This place is wonderful, by the way. It's called acute rehab. I didn't realize that there's two sections. One is transitional rehab, and one is acute. Moosie's in the acute, which is right down from your hospital room into here, an intensive workout, where you also have semi-severe things wrong with you. And I did go out. I spent an hour in the morning, which was almost too much for me in that darn heat, watering the garden. My poor garden has kind of gone down. And I doubt if Moosie will be out there anyway for a while. But in this heat, it's just not getting the automatic watering isn't enough. And even when I try and soak everything, it's not working. At least I seem to be saving all my perennial mums. The mums are what are going to break out in about another couple of weeks. And at least I'll have a pretty fall garden, hopefully. So I'm going to close. Thank you so much for being here with us. Thank you for binging all our other videos. I think we're up to 525 now. I can't believe it. You're so kind with your comments and the way you love and care for my Moosie and myself. Thank you so much. I'll see you in another day or two, and hopefully this time I will have some good pictures. Bye for now. Love you all, and God bless us all.